When it comes down to playoff basketball, the best offense is attacking mismatches, because if you got somebody you can't guard, make them guard instead of running all these sets to which you could jump and counter. And so now in this Mavs Clippers series, this might be the most interesting one, because you got James Harden, you got Paul George, Kawhi when healthy, you got Russ, you got Kyrie, you got Luka, all these one-on-one players. And so in this series, especially from this game one, understand not only how the Clippers are going to attack a Luka Doncic, who is the elephant, but how the Mavs are going to guard it and how they're going to counter it. And so at this point in time, understand, when he's got Luka, you got Lively, who's flooding, who's on that same side, even though they cleared out that corner, even though Zubac has also left. And so now just watch the play that James Harden ends up making out of being in that corner, right? You got to also understand, boom, speed this up for a second, right quick, we're going to go back, but understand what even James Harden read. As soon as he gets this switch with Luka, and also you got Lively on this help, on this block, you already have an advantage. It's just about where is this advantage. And Lively now leaving Zubac forces Kyrie now to take away Zubac, so you can't get this 2, which now puts pressure on Derrick Jones Jr. to now guard 2, and also PJ Washington to rotate as well. So now Kyrie takes that away. Derrick Jones Jr. still playing in the middle. I kick to the corner, rotate here. Swing, pass, Paul George, catch, boom, shot over the top. Now continue to notice how they're going to attack this exact matchup. Terrence Mann in transition, right? We're automatically scanning the floor for matchups. And in this scan, what do I recognize? Luka has PG. Oh yeah, tell him to swing that shit over. PG has now got it. Watch Derek Lively now, right? What is Derek Lively gonna do? He's gonna end up flooding to this side when Zubac now ends up leaving. And so what's the read now gonna be? The first level of the read is gonna be Kyrie. Is he gonna take away Zubac? After that, Derrick Jones Jr. But no need to go to Derrick Jones Jr. when Zubac already just fronted Kyrie right there in the middle. Boom, dump that down, and one, got that bucket right there. Let's keep it going. It's mismatch season. It's mismatch season. We got Luka once again. So now understand what's gonna transpire. You got Russ in the strong side corner. And so now Kleba is gonna be the one who's gonna flood. If Russ decides to cut, but notice, right? Russ is about to cut through, leave, watch James Harden. Watch James Harden. Go right back. Go right back to that corner, Russ. Even though teams mark you down as a non-shooter. Go back to that corner, Russ. I got you. Trust. Because one thing y'all don't know about Russ, he can shoot, only at certain times though. Like this. Harden ends up getting to his left side. Kleba's pulled all the way down to that nail. Kick to Russ. And this footwork is the footwork that Russ uses when he actually does make threes. And if you watch, you'll notice, right? Notice. Right lateral step in. Patreon members know about that. That's what the Patreon members know about that. We teach footwork, we teach terminology right there. So you can be able to apply this stuff in a game and be able to knock down shots like Russ does exactly with that right lateral step in. Third time, they're making all the perfect plays, and understand how this is going to continue to be layered. So now no longer being in a half court, notice where this screen is now going to come from, right? Ty Lue tells Amir Coffey, hey, set the screen up high. Set the screen up high at half court so we can get Luka Doncic on him early. Got Luka Doncic. And the difference about this play from all the other ones is not just the screen being at half court. James Harden now has this whole gap to be able to attack Luka Doncic downhill, right? And so now not only does he have that gap, but he has the option as well to be able to get into the paint and attack a defense that's not fully set like they were before, just playing in the half court. So now Harden eats up this gap. Boom, contact. All that space, you know I get into my step back. Shot over the top right there from Luka, right? Or on Luka. And now notice how that screen was set at half court, right? You remember that? Now Amir Coffey on the step up. Amir Coffey stepping up from the corner. So notice how this is going to change Luka Doncic's pickup point, right? Luka Doncic last time, he ended up picking ahead of the line, right? In front of the three-point line. This time, he ends up picking up behind the three-point line because Amir Coffey came up from that corner. Luka was being a little lazy. So now Harden, let me just take a couple lateral dribbles, skips, shot over the top. First 2 threes of the game, knockdown bucket. James Harden about to be a floor general. Notice what he's doing now. He's talking to Norman Powell. Get out from that elbow. Norman Powell, all right, I'll leave. Whatever you say, man. You hot, you cooking, you got it. You know what I'm saying? You got it. Now let me get it. I got it. Now notice what Russ does after he gives Harden the ball. He goes to that left side. Harden faces up, scans the floor. I'm a left-handed player, and I always love to go left. So what am I going to tell Westbrook? All right, leave. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to leverage this side. And Klebe even looked to that side, and now knowing that side is empty, I got to make sure he doesn't get left even more. So what does Harden now do? He leverages the fact of that. Klebe is now playing defense, and now I'm working him down. He has to hit that foot replacement to get into that contest, worrying about me going the other way. Shot over the top, give me 11 in this first quarter. Coming down in transition, guess who PG now got? He's got the elephant. He's got the mismatch in Luka. And I'm not saying elephant to be disrespectful. It's just the term for the player who they're seeking out on the offensive side when they're on this side of the ball, right? So, boom, he's got Luka. And so understand, what is Lively going to do? Lively, he going to step over. And so now the read becomes the same exact thing. What is Kyrie doing? What is PJ Washington now doing? Because I got to see if I can get that 2 to Plumlee if they don't take that away. And if not, how can I force them to be able to rotate? And so notice what's going to go on with Kyrie and PJ Washington, right? PJ Washington is going to try to get into an off-ball switch right here. But you're not quick enough. You're not quick enough. PG the whole time, he's not up here trying to see how I could score. He's just reading his weak side to find the right time to throw a pass. And the second that PJ Washington steps over to take away Plumlee and Kyrie's still in the paint, PG skips that straight to the corner. Long closeout by Kyrie. Attack that. Boom, right there. It gets into that floater. By the way, that's the type of shots y'all need to work on. Y'all got the wrong mindset when it comes down to having a mismatch. It doesn't mean you can score, because if you're a scorer, you'll know that when you get a favorable matchup, the defense is going to be prepared. And so you're not going to sit here and think, how could I score? You're going to sit and look for the advantage you have. And so with PG now having Lively on him, what does he recognize? He sees that Plumlee has Kyrie on him and PJ Washington right here with Terrence Mann. Now, what are they trying to do, right? They're trying to switch this off the ball. And the second that they do try to make that transfer, make that switch, I swing that straight to Terrence Mann in that corner. And Terrence Mann get that lane going to that baseline. Reverse, he misses it, but he pulled in PJ Washington, and he did not box out Plumlee. And Plumlee now ends up going up and getting that 2 down here. So mismatches are not always for y'all to go and get a bucket. The part that really allows the Clippers to take advantage of these mismatches is players like Terrence Mann, who get baited into taking these shots, and they don't take them, right? Instead, all right, let's get it to PG, right? Let me go and set this screen. Let me get 2 on the ball. Let me go ahead and slip out, and now we take advantage of our numbers. Get this to the weak side of Norman Powell. They pinching on help. Pump fake, swing to Harden. And finally, Harden took a jump shot without dribbling. Bucket. You know what I'm saying? So those players got to play smart. Terrence Mann, you got to play smart. Just get the ball to where you'll end up getting an advantage and not playing to their games. Now, once again, PG with another mismatch, right? And y'all got to understand this part about PG's game, though, is that it's not all predicated about being smooth. His game has a great foundation of being able to play off the spot up. So in situations where even though I do have the mismatch on me, I know they're going to load up one, and the only opportunity I really have is to be able to shoot this right off the catch, because they're already loaded up and I already have a really good catch and shoot game. A lot of people don't understand this about non-shooters. Paul George has Luka on him, who's doubling, and now they're going to leave Terrence Mann wide open from 3. But even though the numbers say Terrence Mann is 35% from 3, when you leave him wide open like this, that number is not 35%. That number now is probably around 40, 45, because he's butt naked open. And so what do you think is going to even transpire? In years past, he shot 39 even, so he has the capacity, and he knocks it down. Now, Luka has Zubac on him. And watch Kyrie now, right? Watch what he does. He hip taps Zubac to see if he's going to flip his base. He doesn't. He's solid. He's disciplined. And now, understanding this, he's got to rescan the floor and see, how do I want to attack this mismatch, right? And we all know Luka's signature move, step back. What does he tell Kyrie? Leave, cut through, because he's shading me left. And now if I want to go left and get into a step back, I could use that. But what I end up seeing now, I don't got no step back. Let me lead him left, change direction, utilize my agility. Once again, for the second time, get into space, and now I'm able to get that bucket. Got to play smart. Got to play smart. So throughout this whole game, you ain't see no guard wing PG Harden ball screen. And so now when this occurs, PG don't got nobody on him, right? And so this is just something as to which Ty Lue is just a genius for, to where you just save and conserve this type of action for later in the game when we need to get a bucket, because the defense doesn't know how to communicate according to this action. And so what ends up occurring, they both sit here and point switch to both PG Hold on, I gotta say this. This is crazy, right? This is wild as look. Watch PJ Washington, right? This shit makes no sense. Watch PJ Washington. You're attached to PG, right? He leaves. You point switch to a player who's in front of you who can't see you. That is pointless. And so now what ends up occurring? You end up giving Harden a walk-in three when you're trying to make a run with 3 minutes left, and now boom, you got no more life. Come on, man.